This is skunk cabbage. This is a very interesting plant. What you are seeing in front of you here, this is actually the flowering structure. You can see the flower here, and back here some of the leaves are starting to form. This plant is very interesting. One of the reasons it's very interesting is because it's one of the first to emerge in the spring. In fact, this is an early sign of spring, but you have to be in the right place. This plant only emerges from swampy soils, so it has to be very moist. Not only that, but this plant also has a very interesting characteristic in that it creates its own heat. Mitochondria produce heat as they're producing energy for the plant, and that helps this plant emerge from the soil. Again, very early. This is the second week of March. These plants have to push through the soil early, and because of that, sometimes through icy soil or snow. And so the heat that's created in the mitochondria help with that purpose. Now we might ask the question, why is this called skunk cabbage? Well, it's very interesting. First, we might think that perhaps skunks like to eat this, or perhaps it tastes like cabbage. Neither of those are true. This is called skunk cabbage because if you cut the leaf, it smells a lot like a skunk. Now, that probably has something to do with two effects. First, perhaps any animal that might want to eat this plant, as they eat the plant and smell the smell, they would be deterred from that. And secondly, it has something to do most likely with the pollinator. In this case, the pollinator is a fly. You can't see the entrance, but the entrance is really very private here. It's not a flower that opens wide so that any pollinator could come. In fact, there's a small entrance, and the fly must enter that little hole of the flower and pollinate the flower internally. These are the arrow-shaped leaves of skunk cabbage. You can see the venation of the plant very clearly here. And again, the leaves emerge after the flower, which is quite unique. The flower first, and then the leaves. This is just one of those amazing plants that God has created for us to find. He has put plants in amazing places, and this one particularly here in the swampy soils. You have to look for it. You'll walk past it very easily. But it, again, is a testimony to our amazing Creator God. To God be the glory.